Skid Rows Racing. Today we're on our way to do something that I've been putting off for a long time. That is rear leaf spring bushings. The ones on this are pretty doinkered, and we're gonna get that handled. Going to my father-in-law's place. He really hates Fords, but he's you know, he likes me, so we're gonna mess with this thing there, and there's a nice flat area for me to work on it. So I'll kind of visit the in-laws and do some wrenching. Should be a good time. And stay tuned for Skid Rows Racing maintenance on the go. Alright, so you can see the leaf spring bushing is pretty doinkered. See, that's against there and that's not against there. And then kind of not as doinkered back there, but it's still doinkered. And these little things are kind of doinkered too, the little pad thingies.
Right.
And we go over here to the other side.
Well, how many miles is that?
Oh, like 130-ish. And over here, we're doinkered. Yeah, we're doinkered the other way.
Huh.
And then we're doinkered back there. So we're going to undoinker it. So right here, we got an array of things that are going to go on it. You got those little plastic things, and we got a leaf spring bushing kit, new centering pins in case I have to get into those and if mine are bad, and a bunch of tools that people hate on, but hey, I'm balling on a budget. All right, so what we're gonna do to start is take my stupid airbags off, just the bottom brackets so they can float, and then probably undo the shocks, and then we can drop it down and see if we have enough room to work on these without pulling the whole spring off of the axle, and we'll see what happens. I think we'll make it. Alright, now we're all unhooked from everything, and I'm just going to make sure I don't overextend into those freaking hoses or wires or anything that go down here. And we're going to undo these big suckers, and we're going to see how much room we got to work with. That's really in there. Well, you can hear it going. I'm gonna stand back here.
Put it over the crest on just in case. Wow, there's some pressure on that. Yeah. I can put some heat to it. I've got a small propane.
Yeah, I think we'd have to put some heat to that. That's that's pretty freaking bent. Let's get more scientific here. We got some oil in there. See if we'll bake it in. Because that wasn't gonna work, dog. Give us another shot with some heat. I've always wanted to try this trick.
I've never seen it before. It's a new one for me.
I don't know if I've seen it really work before, so I'm being really careful.
Definitely put pressure on it.
I think it's turning it. See how it goes now.
You again, huh? Come on, baby. You have to fight all four of them.
It might actually be. to reorient that a little bit.
What the hell?
Does it look like it's turning?
A little. Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, it's turning a little. Not much, but a little. I'm not sure if it's turning the whole thing or when you let it down whether it'll.
I mean, it.
I seen it jump a little bit when we found it.
So it's probably going.
Yeah, it's just going to be a chore.
Yeah! I win!
Just like that.
Some kind of factory thread locker on there.
Ah.
That's part of the issue. That's probably really hot. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
That's what I toasted right there. So those factory Ford lock nuts are gnarly. Well, one's out. Let's see how we can do back there. But in the meantime, we're gonna go pre-soak the other hardware on the other side because that was gnarly. Yeah, these back ones are drama free. Why don't you pop that new accessory on there you were showing us?
Oh.
Yeah. How many horsepower do you think that thing will add?
Oh, at least 4 or 5.
My bolts are pretty uncrusty. Super coarse thread. It's very Ford. Harder to cross thread them that way. You just like throw them together and you're fine. All right, we're all loose. Let's see how far we can drop this sucker down. Look at that, get a little schmeltage. Oh, we're good. No rust on the bolts because it's American steel.
Ford tough.
Yeah, pretty doinkered, I'd say. Now we got to figure out how to get that doinkered thing out of there. And look how doinkered that is. We're gonna get it. Let me tell you. All right, we got the one out. It's a little crude, but I think it's going to work just fine. This one's going to go better. What we're doing is drilling it out and heating it up and then pounding it on out. So nice we're getting the proof of concept down on the removable shackle pieces before we deal with that, because that's attached there and I don't feel like taking them off the axle, so. All right, look at that, roasted. Whew. I'm used to the ones that have like a metal sleeve, and I thought these were gonna have those, and then I was excited they didn't have them, and now I'm kind of bummed they don't. But hey, we're getting there. All right, so based on how well this second one went, I'm gonna get down here, I'm gonna pre-drill these bushings out, and then hopefully I can fit the air hammer down there, and hopefully they should come out like butter now that we know what we're doing. I already have a plan in motion to replace these little buggers, so see what happens, big dog. Sweet. That might be the it turns out this one has a metal sleeve in it, as you may be able to see. And normally what I would do on these is drill some holes, get a sawzall in there, score the metal sleeve, pound it in on itself, and get it out of there. It's a little tight for that, and I kind of don't want to take the leaf off of there. So this thing seems like it's kind of grabbing that edge and pounding it in, and definitely get some heat on this too. I think it's going to work. Next, what's going on? Alright, forgive the lack of filming. That was very difficult. Mostly the metal sleeve. This front one had no metal sleeve. Here's the one that had that. The front one's across the room over there. And then we got over here, there's the metal sleeve. Alright, so we made a huge mess. And oh crap. So this was all a waste of time because I need to buy new leaf springs. I discovered this, but it's rusty in there. It's been that way. So at this point, I guess I just need to shove it back together and just drive it back home with the new bushings. And then the new leaf springs are going to come with their own bushings. So I'm going to feel pretty stupid, but I guess if I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't have found it. But now I have a new thing to have anxiety about when I'm driving, and technically I shouldn't be driving this. But main leaf's intact, the leaf below is intact, and I'm just going to push this back where it was. So that's all there is to it. It's rusty enough in there, I know it's been that way, and that might explain some of the back of this wiggling around when I'm driving it. So yeah, big bummer. And I'm not putting these in there now. It's stupid to have them now because the new springs are going to have new ones, but I guess if the new ones wear out, I have spares, or maybe they'll work in something else. I don't know. But I'm not putting them in now, that's for damn sure. Alright, so this is very disappointing, but had I not been putting this leaf spring bushing kit in to these leaf springs that need to be replaced, I'm just going to replace both packs. I probably wouldn't have found this. This has clearly been like this the whole time you've had the van because there's enough rust in there. This is not a new thing. This also explains why the back is a little waggy when we're towing with it. I thought it was just the bushings. Maybe that was part of it, but this probably was part of it too. So based on the fact that we've driven this thing well over 6,000 miles like this, for now I'm going to put the new bushings in these, order new springs, and decide whether or not I want to take these bushings back out and put them in there, because this style of bushing that I'm putting in, you can take them out and reinstall them, unlike what we took out. So decide what we want to do. I think we're also going to do some farm favvy hose clamps to make sure that that thing can't come loose, even though it never did before. And you know, kind of like band everything together, and you know, but now I'm under the gun. I need to get the new leaf springs before the drift event we're going to, because this is our ticket there. So these are gonna like tap in from each side. There's some goop that we're gonna use so they don't squeak, and then there's like the new sleeve, the OEM style. The rubber has to flex. This side kind of slides around, so that's kind of neat. And then the nice thing is the shackles that I'm keeping now, they're going to have new ones. And then if I want to put these in the new strings that I have to buy, you can actually just tap them out and put them in the new ones. But I have to take the old bushings, or the factory bushings style or whatever, out of the new ones. So maybe I won't do that. We'll see. Well, it's back together. Just got to decide where I'm going to buy new leaf springs from. Got a little hose clamp there to help hold that in place, but due to the rust that's on there, it's been that way. So we're gonna send it for now. But I want new leaf springs before we haul the car to the track again and camp in this thing, because now I know about it, so now I'm worried about it. Alright, so we're driving it home. I do feel very defeated. However, the van is driving better. It's driving a lot better. And so it definitely needed to be done. And the funny thing is, the the leaf in the pack that is cracked apart. I was thinking the other day that looked like it was sitting a little weird, and with the amount of rust on there, there's no way that it hasn't been broken like probably the whole time we've had the van. So that's over 6,000 miles driving on it. So that's why we're still driving on it. Now I'm gonna fix it before I tow with it again, but it's driving better, so this needed to be done. Yeah, it's actually significantly easier to drive. And when I order new leaf springs, I will have to decide if I want to pound the bushings out of those and repurpose these new ones into there, which I might do because it just drives so solid. Maybe I just want to keep it that way. Also, with these leaf spring bushings, they go in and out a lot easier, like way easier. So it will actually be like serviceable. So if I want to put new ones in later or whatever, I can, like if I keep the van for years and years. But yeah, good night from Skid Row's Racing.